How's it? Welcome to the podcast. You're listening to Green Dog Blitz, hosted by Brian Anderson and Yervon Agobian. Throughout the show, we'll attempt to control the line of scrimmage. Let's get to it. All right, here we are. Week 11 is upon us. Week 10's in the hopper. Right? Let's chat it up. Let's chat it up. It's getting ready to rain where I'm at right now in the Bay Area. I'm going to hunker down. It's fall. It's cold. The leaves are blowing. What do you got?
Hey, Yervon. Good to see you, my friend. What I got, I think I'm taking the playbook and I'm throwing it out the window, and we're just gonna go with wherever the wind blows today. What do you say, huh? Buckle up, listeners. Just tune in, sit back, and listen to our conversation, and join in, of course, if you want. And you can do that by tagging us on Green Dog Blitz in our Instagram account or greendogblitz@yahoo.com. You know the deal. All right, week 10 was a surprise showing. How about this, man? What the underdogs stole the show. I mean, these one in whatever teams all decided they'd come to play. It's like, oh, okay, I'm ready now. And with a huge upset, I think the biggest of it being Miami beating the Bills. But I don't know, man. Like it just goes to show you have no idea what's going to happen from week to week. We can prognosticate as much as we want. We can look at the notes. We can break it down. But when it comes to where the rubber meets the road, where the cleats hit the turf, it's anybody's game, right?
I love it, Bri. No kidding. And you know what? You couldn't be more correct. Do you want to know why? I'm jumping the script here, but like you said, we have no script.
That's
We've
right.
been doing picks now. We do 5 picks, as our loyal listeners know, a Thursday night football pick and a 4-pack crack and stack. That's 5 picks every week. And you know what? Right now, Brian, you and myself are 25 out of 50 attempts on wins. So we are exactly both of us, uncanny after week 10. We're both 25 and 50. So that's 500. So you're right. You don't know what's going to happen. In all earnesty, I believe you and I are trying to make these picks correctly. And all we can do is go 500. So, what do they know? What do we know? And what was upside down is now right side up. What's right side up is now upside down. It's been crazy. I'm with you, buddy.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so
you know,
crazy.
and you know what really tripped me out is I saw that Russell Wilson. Remember Russell Wilson?
Yeah, I remember Russell Wilson.
Okay,
He's not
wasn't too
that
long
old.
ago, right?
He's
Yeah,
not that
thank
much
you.
history.
But guess what? He is not starting next week because remember Jackson Dart, the future of the New York Giants, after week 3 or 4, he overtook Wilson as a starting quarterback. Concussion protocol, he's out. So you would think Wilson's in, right? Nope. Jameis Winston is the next man up. Wow. Jameis Winston is now in front of Russell Wilson. So my question is the Russell Wilson era over forever?
That's a great question. I mean, he's I don't know, probably we ever since he left Seattle, uh, really. I mean, he just hasn't had as much success as he had there. So it's about who you surround yourself with, and maybe he just had the perfect matchup with Pete Carroll. Who knows, man? But going back to the Giants, so Brian Drabel was fired. Our latest, I was going to say head rolling or whatever, head
Dead
coach
man
rolling,
walking.
dead man walking, whatever you want to call it. But
Yeah.
so next man up. And I think it's really cool. It's something to watch this week. We're not doing predictions yet, but they play the Packers, I believe. And you just never know what you're dealing with. You have no idea how he's put the new quarterback in. I think he's hired a new offensive coordinator. You don't know what you're going to get. So this will be an interesting game, I think, this week. And it's fun to flip the script again. They're going to do it too. The NFL's doing it. Why can't we?
I agree. I think it's Mike Kafka you're talking about. And yeah,
Yep.
no one's got a script on him. So he's never been a head coach. So here we go. And you know what?
Yeah.
Certainly, just like a backup quarterback we've been talking about all season, he's the backup head coach now. He's in. You got a chip in a chair. This is his resume building moment. And so he wants to take over this job, if not audition for another one, correct? His
Mhm.
agent's probably lathering right now in the background, whoever he is. So good, good for both of them. Seriously, this is a business as well as a sport, but especially for these head coaches, they've been jockeying for this their whole career because their playing careers are over if they even did it. So good for them. What
Yeah.
else caught my eye? Oh, talking about quarterbacks and Russell Wilson. Kyler Murray, once again, he was the number one draft choice for the Arizona Cardinals way back when. And Jacoby Brissett, after an injury by Kyler, and he's healthy again, but it's been 3 weeks and Brissett's still starting and he's going to continue to start. So
Hmm.
my question is the Kyler Murray era over in Arizona, which I want to say quickly, yes, I think, but I mean, is this it?
Well, to be honest, I mean, yeah, it's never it, is it? Because I mean, we thought the Jacoby Brissett era was over. We thought the Jameson Winston era was over. We thought the Sam Darnold era was over. I mean, can I go? Do I need to keep going on? I mean, my
Yeah, I
goodness,
get
the
your
Daniel
point, Brian.
Jones.
I got your point. Yeah.
So, you know what? The
Mhm.
more things change, the more they stay the same, I guess.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, there might be a pause, or at least
But
maybe it is in Phoenix
no,
or
here's my
Arizona.
pause. Yeah, I'm with you. Phoenix, by the way, first 2 seasons they were called the Phoenix Cardinals.
That's
Great
right.
call, Brian. Old school reference, Green Dog Blitz, proprietary information. Kyler Murray. Listen to these stats: 7 seasons with the Cardinals. Okay, one winning season and zero playoff wins. I think this is time to cut bait. I mean,
Hmm.
if not, the Cardinals will owe him 19.5 million next year at the starting of the season if they don't trade him or release him by next season. So I think they're highly motivated. Those stats aren't in his favor. I think it's a done deal. I think the money speaks for itself.
Yeah, the money motivates, right? One way or the other. So
Whether you're the GM or the
the
quarterback.
player,
Great call,
yeah.
Brian. Yeah, I love it. But you're the hammer
Oh,
or the nail, right?
that's right. A couple other things I had a couple notes on.
Mhm.
The Texans came back. We're circling all over the place. So I hope
Sure.
people can stay on tune here. But Texans won. They 2,600 unanswered points. But check this out. There was an NFL score. They call it a scorenami. The score of 36-29 that happened in the NFL. I don't even have notes on what game that was, for crying out loud. But that's how unprepared I am. Maybe that was a Texans game. But that's actually happened two other times this season. You'd think that all these, you'd think that there has been so many football games played that every score has happened, but no. There were two other ones, the 41-40 thriller in Buffalo in week one against, I think it was the Ravens, and then
Ooh,
the
yeah.
tie, the 40-40 tie, which we love talking about overtimes and ties in the NFL. That was
Mhm.
another scorenami. Those are their, that was kind of
So we've had three
interesting.
of them in 10 weeks, you're saying, of
Yeah,
scores that have never the total has never happened before. Interesting.
those
So
unique scores, not the
but
total.
you
So
but you yes, but you want to know why that's unique? Is because we now have the 2 point conversion the last 15 years. And so you're getting different score gamis or whatever you want to call it. If you're doing simple math, because instead of just having a 7 point outcome or a six if you miss the PAT, now you can go for eight. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? And that's got to change some things as well, right? And throw a couple safeties in there, which has always happened, which is 2 points. You never know, right? And then I think if now a new rule, if you block uh, PAT and you return it, it's a 2 point thing too. That
Mhm.
happened the last 15 years. So there's new options to get more points in the NFL. So I think that favors it as well.
And there's all these analytics. The analytics say, and so they're doing these things that probably aren't typical. Like the
Mhm.
Vikings were down by 13 or something, and they went for two. Um, or maybe they're down by four, but they're saying the analytics say, so I don't know. So they're, I
Healthy
think,
analytics. You know what the analytics say, Brian? That nobody can kick a 70-yard field goal. And you know what you've been saying is that someone's going to break that record this season. And I'm
mm-hmm,
thinking Cam Little could be the guy because he's been the guy, right? He did it in preseason, 70 yards.
hmm.
They took his cleats to the Hall of Fame. It was so important. He did a 68-yarder this year. He set an NFL record. So I want to look at the record right now. Excuse me, the season Jaguars remaining games. Where can he break that record? It's got to be a dome, right? Wouldn't
I
you
would
think?
think so. Yeah,
Somewhere
dome or maybe
warm,
even
somewhere warm.
Denver,
So,
light
okay.
air.
Give me do you have his record pulled up or do I? I can't. Let's see the
I'll
schedule
tell you
here.
what, though, I would if I were him, I'd hold on to those cleats for the rest of those seasons. For this, and those are magical cleats.
Good
So
call.
I don't
Why
know.
give him up, right? But he's probably a
Yeah,
pro and he gets like a new shoe, a deal every week and gets his clean ones and everything. So I don't
maybe
know
it's
what.
not like baseball. They're so what's the word? Uh,
Superstitious.
yes, I was gonna say sarcastic. Superstitious. That they would never even change their shoes until they missed a kick. But anyway, all right. Well,
Moving on.
we'll have the listeners do their own research on where he's playing the rest of the season. But you're right. I do think it will happen. It's prime time. As long as you can bring your own ball, you never know.
I
So
love it, Brian. Exactly, right? And it's all it is. Hey, one first down, and let's bring our robo leg kicker in that can make a 72-yarder. Here we go. And you know what? Also, really quickly, remember back in the day, side note here, listeners, follow me. I'm going to circle back to the point. When the field goal, excuse me, the place kicker was incentivized to kick it into the end zone. Remember? So there was
mhm.
no return way back in the day. And quite often, he actually made it through the uprights. Remember that? Now, I know you have a T, with that, not just somebody, hiking it and snapping it. It's a T sitting alone. But those guys had the leg to make a 100-yard field goal, if you think about it that way, right? And
Yeah.
so why wouldn't you just maybe put your place kicker in and not your field goal kicker in on some of these 70, 80-yard kicks and see if he can't do it? Because he's used to booting it that far anyways, before the landing zone became now is what it is. Remember?
Yeah, yeah. Well, the game
So,
changes, as it should. So it keeps us interested and gives us something to talk about. So
all right, Brian, move us
um,
along. What's our time? I don't even know what our time is. I can't see anything. Talk to me,
yeah, we
big
got
dog.
about 15 minutes in.
Oh, good.
So
Perfect.
let's.
Okay.
I think I always like this red carpet spotlight.
Okay.
The pink teams were mixing it up. Did you see anything this last week that you liked,
I
or
did.
made you want to puke?
I Yeah, can I say something I didn't want like? And I thought I would have because I'm an 80s kind of guy like you. The New York Giants had their Giants like print name on the side,
Yeah.
written out. And I thought that's all I knew when I was a kid. But now I'm looking back on it. I like the old school 60s, that New York with the just initial with the N and the Y going under the N. And I thought
Mhm.
that looks a lot sharper, but I did like the all white and that look they had. But the helmet doesn't work for me. I like the NY. And then Houston, they call it Battle Red. It was Battle Red everything. I mean, Houston, you and I have agreed, just have one of the worst color palettes and weakest names and lazy name. They can't do much with it. But man, I don't mind the red helmet, but do something different with the jersey. Jacksonville, for the first time ever, had white helmets. I thought that was kick ass. I think every team should have a white helmet at some point. Just why not? A third alternative. And then Saints, all white, everything. My notes were very saintly. Hey, white helmet, first time ever, them too. Art
Nice
Saints,
touch.
yeah. And then Denver Orange Crush, which you and I always agree upon, their 1977 Orange Crush uniforms. Just make them permanent.
Yeah, I didn't mind the Giants helmet. I noticed it, but I didn't quite register. But it's funny how you associate a player, maybe a couple players with those. Like Lawrence Taylor is the guy who I think of when I see that. But then you start thinking about it, it's like what Phil Simms and uh, who knows who else. But those are
Oh, hold on. Julius
uh,
Pepper.
I mean,
Right?
yeah,
Thinking the G, and
Altoon.
then there's oh gosh, they're saying no, he was a Jet.
Yeah,
Other
was he?
other
Yeah, you're
side.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, Altoon, remember him. Well, gosh, you're
same
bringing it.
stadium.
That's the problem with sharing a stadium. If I was the Chargers, side note, once again, here we go, Brian. We're zagging, we're supposed to be zigging. If I'm the Chargers, why the hell am I renting out, the Ram Stadium that makes all the money off it? And I'm just a tenant. Go
I
find your
know.
own pond. Get back to San Diego.
Yeah, they move out of town and then move in with a roommate. They had their own pad down in San Diego. Now they're sharing a pad. It's crazy. That's weird, man. That's a funny thing to talk about. Well, hey, looking ahead to week 12, no, 11. Ooh, getting way ahead of myself. On who's wearing it best? The Patriots on Thursday Night Football. It looks like they're going to have like this pewter blue type of jersey and white helmet, like you'll like,
Ooh,
with the
okay.
same color logo on their helmet. So that'll be an interesting
Oh,
look that I don't think I've seen. And then
okay.
black is back, baby. Like the Falcons are going to be wearing black. Um, who else? I mean the Steelers will be, but that's typical style. But check out the Rams this week. They've got black with a little bit of blue in their yellow helmets with the Ram. It's
What?
I know, dude. It's mind
What?
blowing. So it's going to be pretty cool. And then the Cardinals also are going to be in their black. So those are pretty cool looks this week. So just stay tuned. What's
I,
up?
I
Do you have a
got I
question?
got to say something, teacher. And we're on YouTube.com. That's why I'm raising my hand. So if you can see us, we appreciate Green Dog Blitz YouTube, right, Bry?
That's right.
And you know what? That black Cardinals uniform is probably one of my top three of all time in the NFL. I love it
Mhm.
so much. So great call.
Yeah, and check. I don't know if the black helmet is the same way, but I've been looking at their bird on their helmet, which I don't typically
Mhm.
like, but like I don't think they've changed it, but it's like it like glistens. It's like
Yep,
really
yep. It's
shiny. It's a really kind of a cool look. So
yeah,
hey,
it's
if
like
they
a
start winning
gradient. It's got
games,
a gradiency to it.
it
Yes.
does. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Sick.
funny that you noticed that too. That's
Oh
cool.
yeah.
I
Oh,
guess it's a
come on,
thing.
man. We know football when we dig down deep. Thank you for listening to Green Dog Blitz. Who are our listeners? We had a banger, didn't we? Finger banger and mashes. It's kind of a German thing. That German game to start off the week was crazy, right, Ryan? Oh, between when it was like so far back, I can't remember. It was Atlanta getting their ass losing again. I can't believe they can't lose.
Well, they
But
almost
that's
didn't lose. They almost won that game. It went in overtime,
yeah.
didn't it?
No, yeah, it did go in overtime. But you know what? A loss is a loss. Atlanta, come
Well,
on, you lost that.
yeah, but we
Um,
gave our Germans like a good, showing there. So.
Oh, didn't we? That's what we were talking about our listener earlier, also on the way out of the show last week. So if they were there, wow, what a banger of a game. And then you know what? Under the radar news, how about there's a game in Spain? So if you guys are fantasy football players, it's like starts like at 6 in the morning. So set your roster accordingly this Sunday. There's an under the radar game. I think it's Miami is at home in Spain. Against maybe the Panthers or some other 3-7 team. And that's why it's under the radar. Nobody cares when 2 and 3-7 teams are matching up in Spain, of all places. Incredible, right? Madrid, Spain.
Oh man, you said something that just made me think about Snoop Dogg sipping on gin and juice 6 in the
Oh,
morning.
you want to talk about gin and juice? You want to hear
Yeah,
something funny? So
sure.
I was just at the supermarket. True story, about 10 minutes before we started the show. And I was grabbing a few things for the family dinner tonight. And I had a light basket. It was crowded and had the dog tied up outside the whole 9 yards. I live like, 3 blocks from a market, so it's easy walking. And there's a gentleman in front of me with a Raiders hat, and he had all this vegetables he was buying. And the cash register gal goes, "What are you doing with all those onions? Those mini onions, or those pearl onions, or those little onions? You know what I'm talking
Yeah, yeah.
about?" Yeah, he had like 2 huge bags of like those pearl onions, and he just looked at her and he goes, "I'm making pot pie." And she goes, "Okay." And then a couple of seconds passed by and I couldn't resist. And I go, "Well, I thought you were making those for your martinis to have some onions in them after watching the Raiders play all season." And he la- and then he laughed and turned around and looked at me. He's a big old dude. He goes, "No, I'll just take the whole bottle of gin at this point."
I
True
love those
story. Goes,
short. I just
yeah,
love little short conversations like that when you go to the grocery
yeah,
store. That's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
That's
Ties in
awesome.
your gin and juice story. The
It
guy
it
talks about
does.
the whole bottle of gin. That's funny.
We're giving the listeners a little insight into what our little conversations sound like when we're on the phone and whatever
That's
else.
funny.
But anyway, we're
Yep.
trying something new today.
Yep.
Hey, let's do a little time up for trivia. I just pulled up
Okay.
something.
Okay.
We're talking Thursday night football. We are in New
New
England.
England. Ooh.
Yeah, where they
Your
should have a
cousin
permanent.
from Boston. You've seen those commercials?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
digress. Go ahead, Ryder. Or
yes,
Brian.
yes, you
Take it away,
do.
Brian.
All right, what was the name of the original name of the Patriots franchise when it was founded in 1959? Predates you, brother. Was it the New England Patriots? As a trick question. The Boston Patriots, the Bay State Patriots, or the Massachusetts Minutemen?
I'm trying not to overthink this. I'm just going to go with Boston.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Okay.
Boston
Okay.
Patriots
Ooh.
in 1959. How many
Kind of like the
Super
Bay
Bowls?
State.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many Super Bowls have they won? Five, six, seven, or eight?
7.
Six, but maybe they're on their way to the seventh. That could be,
Really?
you
Okay.
might be foreshadowing there a little bit.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. Well,
I
well, how
got I
about
got
one
one for
more?
you, Brian.
Okay, okay, that's
Oh,
better. What's up?
you're not getting off the hook that quick. Hold on. You're just not. Can you name the 6 states that comprise the New England area geographically?
Okay. Well, Massachusetts.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go New Hampshire.
No cheating.
Verm
Yep.
No, I'm not. Vermont. How many are there?
Mhm. 6.
Maine,
Hmm.
uh, Connecticut,
Hmm.
and Rhode Island.
Oh, you nailed it, buddy. Ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding,
baby.
ding,
I know
ding.
my
Wow.
geography.
Dude, you paid attention in 4th grade. Are you
I
kidding me,
sure
buddy?
did.
And then,
Yeah.
and then last one, last one. How many types of chowder are there in New England considered like their styles of chowder? Are there 3? Are there 4? or are there five different styles of chowder?
Oh, brother. I don't know. I'm not a chowder guy. I'm gonna go four.
Eh, Go five. But you know
Eh.
what? This is all according to fearlesseating.com. You got the New England clam chowder, you got the Rhode Island clam chowder, which is like no dairy, it's just a clear broth. You got the Manhattan clam chowder, which you throw the tomatoes in there. You've got the Maine clam chowder, which is like a brothier, I can't explain it. And then you got the Portuguese clam chowder, which is like
Hmm.
this south coast of Massachusetts, Rhode Island, with the sausages and the linguiças and the
Hmm.
chorizos and all that stuff in there.
Look at you, man. You even throwing
That's
an
it. That's all
accent
I
in
got
there.
for you. Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
that's all I got for you.
Wow.
How about the game? What do you got on this? New England is favored big time, minus 13.5 at home against the Jets, who are so lowly. But I what do we know about this team? Got a pick?
Oh, boy, oh boy. I mean, the Jets, hey, their losing streak's gonna end this week between the Jets and the Patriots. We know that much. Jets are on a two-game win streak, or maybe one. I don't know. And the Patriots are on a seven-game win streak. Yeah, the Jets have won
Ooh,
two in a row.
nice.
So they're on the up and up for sure. I think it's a 13 and a half point spread. That's too big for my britches in the NFL.
Mhm.
Home game for. Oh wait, where is it?
New
New
England.
England?
Mhm.
Goes against my argument there. There's too many things that are going weird right now. I'm taking the Jets. And by the way,
Mhm.
I got shut out last week, wasn't I, in our picks?
Yep. Oh, we'll talk about that. And you know what,
Okay.
Brian? Awesome. I'm with you. I'm not taking the bait 13 and a half. That's a big spread in the NFL. I'm with
Hmm.
you. And you know what? Any given Sunday, and the Jets are pissed off right now. They're two wins. I think they're only two. They're two win streak.
Yeah.
So, good for them. And so they're still pissed. All these trades they had at the deadline selling, they're disrespected because of that. And I'm telling you right now, this is a division rival. And just get
All
weird,
right.
like you said, with division rivalries. So give me the Jets to hang in there by 13.5. I'm with you.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, a divisional
Cool.
game, you just can never tell what's going to happen.
No, you can't. It's like a full moon. Weird shit happens. Here we go. Are we thanking the Green Dog Blitz listeners out there for all your listenership and on YouTube as well? We appreciate you guys. Any questions, send us a email at yahoo.com, greendogblitz at yahoo.com. Any questions quickly before we do our four-pack, Bry? Blake's take. He's saying the tush push is so many offside calls that are not called by the officials on the tush push. And he says their teams are starting to complain about it. The officials themselves are saying they can't get in position correctly to call it. I got one thing to say: use the goddamn sky camera up top, make it happen.
Well, or any of the other 49 cameras they have out there, right? I mean, have a push tush cam, you
I
know?
love
It's
it. Yeah, there it is, Bry. Done. I love it.
done.
Yes, you
Yeah,
just nailed it. You just nailed it. I love it. I love it.
that's
Yes.
great.
Okay. We got anything else? We going to the four pack? We got anything else to talk about?
A random thing. Did you see the Northern Lights last night, man? You said something about
I
the
heard they
full moon.
Now I heard they were deep in Iowa for one of the first times ever
Deep
in the
in
state of Iowa. So, and I know you're bordering Iowa and Minnesota, right?
Oh yeah,
So,
they're all yeah. It was the canvas was painted here in Minnesota with these Northern
uh,
Lights, but even down in our old stomping grounds of Durango, I saw pictures from Purgatory. It was
whoa,
unbelievable, man. I don't.
no
It's supposed to be
way.
again tonight, so
Okay.
this will tap. Our listeners won't hear it then, so hopefully you guys uh, see it and can
Wait a
share your
sec.
picks with us.
They can we'll download this in about, by the mid evening, and it doesn't happen
I
till
hope
midnight.
so.
You're listening to
I
this
hope
and
so.
you get a ping on your phone, Green Dog listenership, proprietary. Check out Northern Lights. And you know what? Speaking of Northern Lights, the purple jerseys came out. They dropped on the NBA City Edition jerseys last night. All 32 teams or however many they are in the NBA, and they're doing the Prince ones again this year for Minnesota. So they have
Yeah,
that cool yellow, purple Minnesota thing. So I love it, love
yeah,
it,
those
love
are
it.
sweet, and we got the throwback.
Yeah.
The trees for the Timberwolves too. Anyway,
Oh
we
yeah, I
digress.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got you
KG area.
on the
Yep.
outside. Yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep,
yeah.
yep. Okay,
All right.
week 10, 8 of the 14 games last week, Brian, finished with within one possession, 8 points or less. That's my NFL parody update, not NBA. Week 10. So 8 of the 14 games finished within one possession. Good luck gambling. That is not easy. And we always say Vegas wasn't built overnight, but it was built in your pocket. And Brian, you went over 5 last week. Stinky. I went, yeah, I went 3 of 5, and that brought us back to 500. Like I mentioned earlier in the show, we're over. If you were gambling with us all along the season, you've broken even unless you had to pay some juice to gamble. Okay, first game on the docket, Tampa Bay at Buffalo. This is kind of a banger of a game, huh, Brian? What do you got? Anything? Let me start.
Go ahead. You got to roll.
Okay, here we go. Bucks last 4 games. Win, loss, win, loss. Yo yo, they got to get together. Bills last 4 games. Loss, win, win, loss. Last loss was a doozy, 30-13 against their division rival Dolphins, who sucked. Apparently, maybe not. So I think they're motivated. The Bills. Right now, the Bills have the #1 rushing offense in the NFL. Go James Cook, and Josh Allen can run it. You know that. And then the Bucks, the 25th rushing yards in the NFL out of 32 teams. So that could be a factor right there. They're both about equal in passing yards. So I'm just going to take a flyer on the Bills and say they're at home. I'm not scared of the spread. Bucks is a tall task. They're a great team. I get it. But I don't think they got it quite cut out for this game. Give me the
All
Bills.
right. All right. All right. I like that. Appreciate it. The Bucks are one of those shining lights in the NFL this year. I think Baker Mayfield has done a great job, and they've had a lot of injuries with their wide receivers and their running backs. Yet they still find ways to lead the division there. Buffalo coming off of just an awful, terrible loss, and they've got like 14 guys on their injury report this week. The Bills do. But no buts, no buts. I think Tampa Bay Bucks. We're going Bucks instead of butts. So I like them. I think I'm a big believer in this Buccaneers team, and not only I'm not going to. I won't go as far
Wow.
as saying they're going to win, but they sure are going to beat that spread, so 5.5. So bring it on, baby.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Fair enough. And I
One.
forgot to say, we're about to crack and stack a 3-pack, baby. I'll forget the first one. It's us against Vegas. Let's go. Oh, all right, Brian, bring us in.
Nice. That's the first time we've missed that, but I'm glad you brought it in. All right.
Yeah.
So then we've got Seattle at your Rams. Home game for the Rams in those sweet looking black uniforms. I can't wait to see them in action. 3.5 point favors are the Rams. The boy, did you see the Sam Darnold stats last week were just abysmal. And I shouldn't say they were abysmal, but they were not very good for what they produced on the field, which is great. I think that if you can have a good, strong game on all aspects of the field, you're going to be winning games. And the Rams, they looked pretty good last week
Yeah.
too, right? I mean, they beat the 49ers, if I recall. Um, man,
Yep.
they're
Needed to get
this is
that
going to
win.
be a
They did.
shootout. They've got that hook on
Stafford,
there for 3.
touchdowns. He's looking good. They're talking MVP Stafford this year. Whoa.
I know, and 4 different receivers too, I think. Um,
Oof.
Boy, I'm going to take the home dog. I think that 3.5 hook is a dangerous one. That's kind of pretty much giving them a half point as a home team, but I like it. I like the Rams. I know you're going the same direction, baby. I know it.
I am. So we'll just move on right there. I don't even need any
Okay.
statistics. But I will say this, though. This is I will say this. The Rams Seahawks haven't played this season yet, and they're in the same
Uh-huh.
division as we know. And so the winner of this is going to have a leg up on the wild card versus being the conference champion, or excuse me, not the conference, but the division champion, which makes a
Mhm.
big difference getting a wild card spot or winning your division. You know what I'm saying? So this is the first matchup between these two of two, and this is going to set the tone for who has the tiebreaker. So, and they're both tied for first place right now. And remember, they Niners lost last week. They're fading. So these two teams knocking it out for the NFC West. So this is a big game.
And I think
Give me
it's
the
even
Rams.
more important for Seattle to have that home field advantage than it is for the Rams. You go to the Rams, you'll
Yeah,
see a bunch of Seahawks fans there this week, I'm sure. But they get that
great
12th
call.
man in Seattle, and they're are undefeated at home. So yeah,
Yeah.
that will be important. The next game on the docket, we've got Kansas City. Sorry, Kansas City visiting Denver, another divisional rival. And a big one, I think Kansas City is holding strong in this matchup as history goes, but I don't know. I don't have it in front of me. The game is at Denver, which gives Denver a leg up. They're the underdogs. Denver's playing strong. They didn't have a good game last week. Kansas City is one of those teams that just I just don't know. They're not the same team as they've been. I know they've had a better second part of this season so far, but give me Denver to cover the spread of 3.5.
Hmm, interesting. I took Denver last week and it paid dividends. They've been on a roll. I looked at my notes here. Denver last four games, win, 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 win. Whoa, win, win, win again. They've seven in a row as well, just like the Patriots,
Wow.
I believe. They're hot. They're hotter than a whatever $2 pistol. They're hotter than a piece of charcoal dropping off the smoking grill. Whatever term you want to use. So I'm going to keep that momentum going. KC, win, 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 loss last four games. That loss against their Bills, man. Yeah. So I think they're highly motivated as well. But can Isaiah Pacheco, is he the running back for them? Who is Travis Kelce? Is he going to show up? Long story short, I'm going to go with the analytics on this one. 60% KC, 40% Denver. Give me, gosh, Brian. Give me Denver.
I already wrote it down. That's what I thought you'd say too. I thought they lost last week. So yeah, there we go. I mean, even more so. All right, last pick, and then we're gonna roll out of here. Detroit at Philadelphia. Philly coming off a nice win in Lambeau. Detroit steamrolling over their opponent last week. The Commanders, one of two scores last week that were ended in 44-22. Crazy, another stat there. I don't know. What do you got there? My thoughts aren't formulated yet.
I've got Sunday night football. It's a nice finish this Sunday. You're hanging out, you're chilling out, getting ready for Thanksgiving coming up, thinking about the menu or who you're going to cook for or not cook and just receive some food. But it's coming up. But it's a Sunday night football, so this will be fun after watching all the games. Detroit 6-3. They're 3-2 away. They are away. Philly's at home. They're 7-2, and they're 3-1 at home. I got Jared Goff versus Jalen Hurts. I got Jamar Gibbs running it versus Saquon Barkley. And I got, come on, St. Brown versus Devontae Smith catching it. It's a 50-50 analytics. It's a coin toss. Baby, give me the upset. Give me Detroit.
Okay. Okay. I think it's a 50-50 toss up. Uh, I can't add anything you just said other than I'm picking Philly, the home team, because I got to make up some ground and create some separation
Yeah.
here. All right, man.
Yeah.
Always fun. Always fun. I hope you
Yeah.
guys pick your guy. Is it Anderson or Agobian? Go with those picks and throw
Yeah.
another dollar down. What do you say?
We're, I like it. We're all
Yeah,
500, baby. Let's do this, Brian. All
that's
right.
right.
So
Take your
we're getting to the
chances.
end of the show here. Hot Mess Express was going to be, and I think you're going to agree with me, this show. Whoop, whoop. It's been awesome. We enjoyed it. We're switching it all up right now on y'all. So hope the Anderson and Gobi and we're riding the Hot Mess Express. Let's get together, Brian. We're going down. And we're going down in a good way because upside down was right side up, remember? So
Yeah.
good talking to you. Good show, Brian.
Always fun, Europe. It's always good to get together. And thanks for joining us, everybody, and listening to the Green Dog Blitz. And if you subscribe, the show is ready, and you're out there looking at the Northern Lights. Listen to the end of this show. Hope you're enjoying it. Tune in next week as we break down week number 11 and prognosticate about week 12. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. May the best team win this week. May your team win this week. Good luck with that. Start each week with the Green Dog Blitz with Anderson and Gobian. We'll catch you next week.